the FBI's most violent cities in each state. I can already give you the answer to Illinois is Chicago, because that's the most violent city in the universe. They're closing in on 800 deaths before the end of the year. That is insane. We were talking about that on Voice of the Voiceless today, which airs every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. on 91.3 FM WCUW Worcester. I was like, listen, the only suggestion I can think of is bombing the whole place. Letting people come out of that place. Let's say, listen, we're going to be bombing this place in a couple days. If you feel the need to get out of Chicago, come now. And then when you meet them at the door, say, okay, what do you're a single child and you don't have your parents, your parents ain't never met your father? Sorry, you can't leave. Bring them back in there and bomb the place. That's my suggestion. It's still my suggestion for Chicago because there's no other way you're going to fix that place. And how many more deaths in Chicago is it going to take before someone starts to notice? We are at 800 before January 1st. Last year it was 500, and last year people were talking about it was too many. Like, how long can we ignore it? How long can you open the paper in the morning and be like, there are 800 deaths, that's a lot. And then keep turning. How many murders is it going to take before you stop turning the page of the paper and say, something has to be done about it? Also, where is the Nation of Islam? Aren't they based in Chicago? What are they doing about this 800 and something deaths? What is Black Lives Matter doing about all of these deaths? Yes, I know Black Lives Matter is all about police brutality, but at the same daggone time, when there's 800 murders going on in one concentrated areas, and you should change your focus from police brutality to maybe something else. And stop playing with me, fam. Black Lives Matter have protests, other things, not just police brutality, so they should be doing something about the murders that are going on in Chicago. And speaking about Chicago, I don't know why, this got me going off on Chicago, but I'm here. We need, in Chicago, stop and frisk, racial profiling, all of that stuff we need to be brought back. We need to bring the military needs to be there. Just like the military was there in Ferguson and it was there in St. Louis, we need military in Chicago, and we need all of those racial things. Yes, if you said, hey, Tupac, put some respect on your name, you are now the leader of Chicago. You are now the mayor of Chicago. What's the first thing you want to do, sir, in your power? The first thing I'll say is, let's get some police here, and then let's start racial profiling. Because when more people are dying than days in the year, that is a sign that there are a lot of people with guns that shouldn't have guns. Let's start, yes, a black person walking by, black youth walking by with his pants below his behind, absolutely check him, see if he has a gun on him. And you know why? Because there's too many deaths going on. There comes a time where you have to take things to the extreme to fix an extreme problem. And am I in favor of stop and frisk? No. Am I in favor of racial profiling? No. But in Chicago, abso-daggone-lutely. Do whatever it takes to get the guns and the weapons out of their hands, because when it sounds like Aleppo in the middle of the night in a place like Chicago, something has to be done about it.
You ready?
Yes, Dad.
Yep. Those are gunshots.
They're killing each other. I don't know what else to say, man. They really are killing each other there. If I was the mayor, first thing I would do is go to a Cubs game. Bomb the place and the Cubs. Bomb the whole entire place. That's what you do. But no, seriously, I would definitely, would have no problem bringing back racial profiling or any of these racist things that they claim they do to get to target black people, because guess what? There are a lot of black gangs in Chicago. Yes, there are Latin Spanish gangs too, and I would be doing the same thing to them. Stop and frisk, get the guns out of the streets, illegally raid houses. I don't care, raid every single house, get every single gun out of that city, because it's too much murder going on. Once you get to 800 and something deaths in a city, that's way too many. Anyway,